Okay, so here's our first assignment for Dance 330. We're going to start out with a blank piece of paper. Woo! And we're going to draw a path on it, and it's your life path. So it could be circles and circles and circles and zigzags, or it could be something a little more reasonable. Woo! Any sort of shape that you want, and it doesn't really have to be specific. So you could start, I kind of brainstormed first what points I wanted to get to, or you could just draw a line that you thought was pretty and then add in life points. So for example, on mine, I was thinking about the ocean and cycles of the waves and how like early life has all this circular spiral path to it, because you know you have school every year and kind of learn new lessons the same way every year, and they get a little deeper. So there's the ocean and going to high school and starting to dance, and then the next period of my life in college I went to Europe a lot, so I like drew a castle for Europe because, you know, castles in Europe. And then zigzags, because I went 10 times, so there's 10 zigzags. There's a trip to Cannes Film Festival, and getting my kitties, and getting married, and getting my job, and getting my house. So I like drew pictures of some of those things. And you can draw pictures if you like, or you can have words instead. And if there's something that maybe you want to reference in your short piece, but maybe you don't want to talk about it with everybody, leave it a little mysterious. You could do, like, here's a little sealed envelope. What does that mean? Personally, I think it probably means that Miley got her Hogwarts acceptance letter and she just can't tell us she's a witch. Could be. Okay, so that's step one. Step one is to make your life path. Step two is you're going to pick 3 mudras. If you're here in class with me, you get to use the fun cards. I'm going to let Jelena pan over some of these. If you're not, you can just look up mudras online. They're hand shapes for meditation. So they have sort of like a title underneath them and a hand shape. Yeah? And you're going to pick 3 of them and then assign them to your life path. So let's say I wanted to do protection, and I don't know, protection and I'll put it at the beginning of my life. Yeah, and then another one for flexibility and take a step back. Yeah? So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take each card and memorize the mudra, so there's the hand version of it, and then figure out a way to do that shape on your body. So that's my mudra. How about that? Oh, I just kicked Alice in the head. Sorry, Alex. Okay. Right? Or it could be sort of upside down. Yeah? And you want to figure out how to turn each hand shape into a shape on your body. That's the next step. And then the final step is when you've made a shape on your body with these things, you're going to put them into your path. So maybe I'll do the first part, the spirals and then the zigzags. So if I were doing protection in a spiral, I could do protection with just my hand in the spiral, and then I could do it like with my body in the spiral. And then the flexibility is the next one. So I could do flexibility with my zigzags. Flexibility with my zigzags. I don't know, something weird like that, right? And the goal is take something that could be emotionally inspiring, right? Because obviously things in your life where you're going to have feelings about. Then take something that's relatively abstract. And some of these things, the mudras are, if you think about them, the shape of them or the way that you feel about them makes sense emotionally, like all in one. It's okay. Yeah, but there's something like, oh, I'm making a little circle, and that circle represents all in one. So sometimes you're going to find a physical symbolism within the hand thing. That's a nice thing to think about. But you're going to take what is a relatively abstract thing, making a shape and making it on your body, and adding it to the relatively abstract path you made on the paper. and see if something happens where you like what comes out. And maybe you won't like it. And that's okay, because we don't have to do this exercise for the rest of our lives forever. But it's your first one, taking some abstract influences and some emotional influences and putting them together to see what comes out. Hopefully it's something that's out of your box, yeah? Mm-hmm. So one student did this, and they're really good at like tutting in hand shapes and quick hip-hop movements, but instead of sticking to their regular hip-hop movements, they had all these mudras in it. It made their movement a little bit more different. So that's kind of like our goal is, can you use these abstract influences to mix it up a little bit in what comes out of you creatively? And we'll do a few of these exercises throughout the semester with different inputs. And then as we get towards the end of the semester, you're going to return to one of them that you want to really like hone in on. So some of them you'll like, some of them you won't like, that's okay. We'll hone in on the one, you'll have some choice about the one that you work on in the long run. And that's number 1.
Yeah!